So, in the middle of me working on an almost hour-long Phoenix Wright vs Professor Layton video, which wasn't the best idea for the first project of mine on this YouTube channel, a switch to Nintendo Direct came out. I wasn't expecting much from it, since I'm not planning to upgrade to the Switch 2 until like 2027, but hey, I enjoyed it. So why was Silkson only here for like 5 seconds? But there was one announcement that stuck out to me, that I wasn't expecting in the slightest to actually appear. It was just a little indie game. How much could I have possibly overreacted to it? What the fuck? 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 Tomorrow? Tomorrow? Tomorrow! Tomorrow! You are Deltarune! 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 Fuck you.
Randy from Gearbox.
Okay, I don't care about this fucking Deltarune! What the actual fuck was that? Actual Deltarune news? And not cryptic tweets about Chloe? But I'm getting ahead of myself. First, I have to explain to the heretics watching this video what even is Deltarune. So, to answer them, it's an amazing RPG bullet hell drip-fed to the fans in the form of chapters. 2 of 7 are currently out and are free, so I would highly encourage you to play them. They're a spiritual successor slash spin-off of the developers Toby Fox's more popular game, Undertale, which has, similarly to Deltarune, an incredible story and amazing gameplay. So I would also recommend checking it out, but don't look up anything about it. Just leave the video now, please. You won't regret it. Also, Undertale might be important to Deltarune's story, so play it. The last chapter of Deltarune released in 2021, and we've been drip-fed information about the next chapters ever since. A few months back, Toby finally confirmed that the next 2 chapters will be released in 2025, to seeming excitement from the community. Little did he know that they would go insane for those last few months, which Toby was seemingly okay with, and made it even worse. And now, to the disbelief of absolutely everyone in the community, we have a trailer. So, let's proceed to my analysis of it, because I don't have all day. Oh yeah, and also, if you didn't catch it, spoiler alert for the rest of the video. Woo! So, let's analyze the trailer. As you can see, there is him, the demon, known by his Latin name, Toby Fox. It's really interesting how Ralsei here, my favorite character thus far, I fucking hate Birdly by the way, is in his Dark Prince costume, not in the Azrael goat form. So I wonder if that costume will return. It might just be an aesthetic change just for the trailer, because they don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, also this. It's probably Castletown post chapter 3, based on the fact that this guy is here, or it's just a debug thing and I'm looking at too much into it. Also, I don't remember him being there. Ralsei is never in this form when going into town or anything after chapter 1, so that's also interesting. Okay, that's a really cool attack. It's probably the triple act option. As Toby has confirmed elsewhere, this room is Switch 2 exclusive, so there will be something for non-Switch 2 players that doesn't involve fighting Spamton bullets or something. I really hope this shit is easy, because I'm really bad at rhythm games, to be honest. I can get through Undertale Yellow because of that one guy who has the Guitar Hero sequence, and this is the Guitar Hero sequence, and I'm not really good at it. This is nothing really, but both Susie and Chris don't look like their usual selves, as you can probably see. It's probably nothing and just the lighting. It's also kinda weird that there's no Ralsei here, but I think it's probably because he didn't know they were going into the church, because that's definitely the church based on other things that are on the side, and it might start with the town section that's usually reserved for the end. This won't be in the game, right? But it also confirms that Tena is a fucking TV head, which is funny. Like, I didn't think it would be a TV head, but everyone in the community just made fan designs with him as a TV head, and now the TV head is real. It also might be a reference to Photoshop Flowey, but I don't think so. I think a reference to Photoshop Flowey or something might only come when Azrael's in town, because of the files on his computer in chapter 2. Yeah, I have this in my memory. I didn't write any shit down. Gonna be literally the darkest chapter, with the Deltarune symbol being more relevant, as seen here, and might mean that Gerson is the knight, but I don't think so personally. It might be just who's the knight wasn't going to be ever a mystery, and it's just Chris. This is also interesting. This little animation here. It might point to the roaring happening in some way at the end of, I think, chapter 4. Because chapter 3 is, as Toby said, is gonna be like really light. It's gonna be fun. It will be experimental. It won't be heavily plot focused. But here they're filled with the light of the fountain, and that's really interesting to me. It might be just an animation, so you can show in white text that Deltarune is waiting in your area, but it could also mean that the roaring kinda happens. I don't think it fully happens, because we still got like 3 chapters left after 3 and 4, and maybe even chapter 0, looking at the game files. But yeah, this is really cool. This is so incredible. It's a fucking launch title for a new console. Transition, have you given the newsletter a look? Here he mentions that there will be a special room in the Nintendo Switch 2 version, as I showcased it before, and also achievements in the PlayStation version. Also, the fuck is Pluie? And also he mentions that the Switch version will be worse than others. Wahoo for me. I think I mentioned it before, but I didn't put too much emphasis on it. It releases on June 5th, 2025, in 62 days, as I'm recording this. Also, while we're here, let's check out those thingies. This basically confirms that the chapel, the church, will be our main location in chapter 4, because we know in chapter 3 it's gonna be TV from Kill Your TV. Moving on. What do you mean by LOL? What do you mean by LOL? Oh yeah, that's something to remember. I think Jockenton is gonna be in chapter 4, or chapter... Okay, here's my theory. You remember that Toriel calls the police in the ending of chapter 2, when someone, aka Chris, slashes her tires? I think that somebody from the police that will come, it won't be Napstablook, it won't be Undyne, it will be Jockenton. Because why not? I think he's gonna be a partner character in either chapter 3 or 4, because it's been kinda confirmed that he's gonna be in chapter 3 or 4. I personally think he's gonna be in chapter 3, and we will learn his so tragic backstory of being a snake. I don't know what I just don't know. I just don't know what will be his tragic backstory. But he's gonna be somewhere, and he's gonna have a beard, maybe. There are also a few new screenshots on the Steam page, including this one, which does look like bishops from chess, and might be bishops from chess, so chess theory or something. This is cool. I wonder if it will be just random ammunition, or will you have to fire with your health, as signified by this icon. Also, there are lyrics here visible on this last screenshot, and I think it might be one of two things. It might be more something like the singing show from Origami King where Olivia sings something and it's just garbage noise, or it will be Laura Shingihara singing those lyrics. That's my theory. Also, remember, only one ending with a question mark. I think it will be one ending, in my opinion. It will be that no matter what route you choose, if you do Snowgrave, nothing changes. The end goal is still the same, as some fears put out. I think Mathpat said it. Not first, but I heard it from Mathpat and I agree. There was a press release from Go Nintendo in which there was a photo of Tenna in the border. That means that we know how Tenna looks 100%. He's a TV head. Also, we know that Chapter 3 has everyone's favorite mismatched pixels. And also, the footage that was used in the promotion from Go Nintendo was from something that Toby earlier described as unused, like it won't be in the final game. So I wonder if that's the point. It's not unused, and that's the road to the secret boss, who's like friend inside me or something. So here I wanted to talk about my theory that the priest turtle that I don't remember the name of currently is the knight, and he will trick somehow the protagonists in the 4th chapter and trigger the roaring because we saw the time animation. But I'm lazy, and there are only 9 days till the chapter fucking release, so I gotta speed up the process. And also, I haven't recorded yet the new things that happened, like Spamdon sweepstakes got a second part. If you don't know what Spamdon sweepstakes is, it was an ARG that Toby Fox did in like 2023 that involved a live stream in which you could donate money to charity, and in turn you could get Spamton-like things, and there was a lot of chapter 3 teasers, and also we got a new release day. Yuppie! So let's look at the Spamton sweepstakes before I die. On the sweepstakes page, which was updated, there is a new button that leads you to the part 2 of the sweepstakes, which shows what if the jury of charity voters wanted to not release Spamton, but to kill him, because you could vote during the sweepstakes if you wanted to release him or kill him. And yeah, this is something that's, well, okay, that's definitely related to chapter 4, because firstly, it leads to these things, and secondly, it has the same pattern as the Jockington grows a beard image. Yeah, I don't know if I just suck at gambling, but this is probably it. It might get updated and then it will reveal, I don't know, who's the knight or something, and then I will look very stupid. Also, here's the Act 3, aka the tree, the mysterious tree from Scarlet Forest, from the Deltarune chapter 1, that also appeared in a mysterious room in chapter Deltarune 2, where there is a flavor text that talks about a man being behind the tree and giving you an egg. The file size is named egg, which is fitting. I don't know what any of this means. I'm so fucking excited. Also, if you click this, oh. So on the chapter 4 set, you can go to a link that leads you to a sound effect of something falling. That's interesting. Again, I don't know what does this have to do with anything. Also, let's move on. You can open these doors. If you only had Censored? Your luck might have gone another way. No, censored, no crystal. The message says. Some people connect it to the Woody theory because that those doors kinda look like stable and no one will shed a tear for him. So someone that's forgotten something that no one remembers, so no one could even shed a tear for him. So maybe it's something about the chapter 3 secret boss. I don't even know if chapter 4 will have one. Because it usually was a secret boss. And that there was a lot of hype around. But now there would be two of them, and I don't know how will Toby go with it. I want two secret bosses that will wipe my ass, but I don't know. We'll see in like 9 days. Holy shit, I should have done this earlier. Also, this might connect to the snow grape route. There are uh, visible. What if? Okay, that was some chase music. I don't think I heard it. Okay, this is said to be by some people to be connected to the secret, the weird route. That in chapter first there was no weird route. In chapter 2 there was a weird route. You know, the one where you can force Noel to do your bidding. So it's speculated that in chapter 4 there will be a smaller than in chapter 2 weird route because it's smaller, but if you highlight the text there's a 3 visible that's as big as the 2. Does that mean that there will be a more hidden weird route, or will you have to unlock something to unlock a weird route, not just do a specific type of task? I don't know. I really don't know. Also, this might have something to do with this. The sister of Noel who mysteriously disappeared. It might. I want it because we still don't really know much about this. But she seems to be an incredibly important character to the overarching plot of the game. The next one is there used to be here a site where you could sum things into two spaces. In one you had to write your email, and in the other you had to write some message. I wrote my email in both of them and got absolutely nothing. And this I have almost no idea. This might be connected to the points we've seen here. I don't know how, to be really honest. It just confuses me extremely. Because again we see points here, and you know, one of the cuts I clicked and a window appeared that might take me to Windows here. So this might be connected. So this might be connected to the points. That's it. I think. I'm just left confused. Please buy the game to make me less confused. Bye.